To the next tutorial on SQL. In the previous video, we have seen that how to download and install Oracle Database 11G Release 2 and how to download and install SQL Developer as well. In this video tutorial, we will be starting with the SQL. We will be starting to learn the SQL. Now, the very first thing it is to open the SQL developer. How we can open the SQL developer? That is, in my case, I have pinned it to the taskbar. Here you can see. But if you are not done that, you can just click on this Windows icon and then you can start to type SQL developer. SQL developer. Okay, the one thing we have to understand here it is we have not installed SQL developer in the system. Okay, we have downloaded and installed Oracle Database 11G in our system, but we have not installed SQL developer in our system. It is a standalone application. It doesn't need to be installed like Eclipse. For example, like Eclipse ID, it is a standalone application. We don't have to install it in our system in order to work with that. It is a standalone application. So how can I open that? That is to just go to the folder where you have extracted that folder content. Sorry, where you have extracted that zip archive content. Okay, so in my case that is in D drive, and here development softwares, in this folder SQL developer, right? SQL developer is there. So this one, SQL developer 18.2.0. Okay, this one. So go inside this folder, another folder is there, go inside this folder as well, and here you will be getting this SQL developer.exe application file with the database icon that is specific to SQL developer application. So what you can do is to run this straight away when you are using it in the next time, you can just right click on this application and you can just select to pin to the taskbar. In my case, I have already done that, so that is why it is showing the option to unpin from the taskbar. If you have not done, it will be showing pin to the taskbar. So once you've done that, you'll be getting the icon in the taskbar, so you can directly straight away launch this application without going to this folder. Anyway, so just click on this SQL developer icon to launch this application. So within a few seconds it will be loading the application and it will be opening. So now we will be talking about the SQL from the basics. What is SQL? The first thing it is what it stands for. SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Structured Query Language. Why do we need this SQL, Structured Query Language? We need this SQL to interact with the databases. Okay, we need this SQL to interact with the databases. To interact with the databases. We have so many different kinds of databases to name them, like MySQL, Oracle Database, example of databases, right? So, for example, MySQL, Oracle Database, then PostgreSQL, SQL Server, like that. We have so many databases available in the market according to the requirement, according to your convenience. According to your convenience, you can choose the database according to the requirement, and according to your convenience you can choose the right database for the right job. So the next point here it is, why do we need the database, right? Why do we need this database? To store huge data in the organized manner. Okay, to store huge data in an organized manner, we need database. You can consider, like if you are working on a project, you will be working on huge data. In that, we need to manage those data very efficiently. Okay, for any project, in any project, database will be, for any project, database will be there. It might be small scale project or large scale project. Database is the main component as well. Okay, next, what is the different kinds of SQL commands we do have? different kinds of SQL commands. What are the different kinds of SQL commands we have? That is the first category, DDL. This DDL stands for Data Definition Language. Data Definition Language. So in this category, what are all the commands are available? That is create, alter, drop, adjust, truncate. These are the commands available in the category of DDL. Data Definition Language. Create, alter, drop, truncate. That is the one category of SQL commands. Then what is the second category of SQL commands? That is DML. Data Manipulation Language. Data Manipulation Language. So what are all the commands we do have under this category? That is insert, comma, update, comma, delete. So these are the commands we do have under this DML category. Next category of SQL commands, that is DQL. DQL stands for Data Query Language. Data Query Language. Data Query Language. What are all the commands we do have in this category of DQL? Data Query Language. We do have only one command, that is select. Select command. I think the mostly used command in SQL. Select command under Data Query Language. So it is the third category. Is observe, this is the third category. So in the fourth category of SQL commands, what do we have? That is Data Control Language. Data Control Language. Data Control Language. What are the commands we do have in this category? That is only two commands, that is grant and revoke. Grant and revoke. So these are the two main commands are available in the data control language category of SQL commands. So DCL will be used for security purposes. Okay. DCL used for security purposes, and it is only used by the database administrators, most commonly used by database administrators, and used by database administrators. All right, these are the four categories of SQL commands. These are the four different kinds of SQL commands. We do have the first one, it is data definition language. Under that, we have this four commands, that is create, alter, drop, truncate. Create, alter, drop, truncate. The second type of SQL commands, that is DML, data manipulation language. Here we do have three commands under this category: insert, update, and delete. Insert, update, delete. Then the third category of SQL commands, that is data query language, in short DQL. Data query language, DQL. The main command that we use in this category is select command. The fourth category of SQL command is DCL, data control language. It is data controlling, data controlling language. So we do have two commands in this category, that is grant and revoke. These two commands, or this DCL category, used for security purposes. DCL category used for security purposes, and it is used by database administrators very commonly, or it is used only by database administrators, and we might not requiring to use this category of commands as a programmer. Okay, the next point what we are going to discuss is about the keywords and identifiers in SQL. keywords and identifiers. What are keywords and identifiers? Create is a keyword, alter is a keyword, drop is a keyword, and as well as truncate. Create, alter, drop. These are the keywords that are internally used by the SQL language. In any language, we can see the keywords. Keywords are used internally by the language itself. We cannot use it as identifier in some case. Keyword, we cannot use it as an identifier. And then insert, update, delete. These are as well keywords. And select, keyword, grant, revoke. All these are keywords. And you might have seen in Java, we cannot use keyword as an identifier. What is an identifier now? A name to the table, okay? A name to the table, like customer table, employee table, order table, like that. The name of the table, right? Employee, student, order. We can consider it as an identifier. So the next point what we are going to discuss is whether SQL is case sensitive or not. Case sensitive or not. SQL is case insensitive. SQL is case insensitive. SQL is case insensitive. Means uppercase create. It is same as lowercase create. I can keep it like this as well. Uppercase alter same as lowercase alter is one and the same. Case insensitive. But in some cases it is case sensitive. That is necessary. So what is that some cases? That is the value what we are supplying, right? The value what we are supplying, that is what we call the literal. Literal. What is a literal? A literal is a value. A literal is a value. Now, in case of literals, it is case sensitive. But in case of literals, it is case sensitive. So that we will see in the example. So we should know these things before. These are the general things we can just have a knowledge about this. So we have discussed about keywords and identifiers. As you know, keywords, like in any language, there will be a set of keywords that will be used internally by the language itself. Now, what is an identifier? That we have seen that like name to a table, okay, like name to a table, name of table, or column, right? So these are, we can consider it as identifiers. And we have discussed about the case, that is, in general, SQL is case insensitive, but with respect to literal values, with respect to values, it is case sensitive, right? Uppercase, it is not uppercase data, it is not same as lowercase data, that is uppercase value, that is not same as the lowercase value. That we will see in the in practice, that we will see in practice, okay. So this is it for this video tutorial. So this video tutorial, it is SQL part 2, SQL video tutorial part 2. Okay, we will be continuing with the SQL developer in the next video. Thank you.